That Don't Sound Right is a podcast about talking the way we did before the internet, when you could not prove anyone right or wrong.
All the expertise was contained in the people involved with the conversation. I'm Peter.
I'm Cecil, and I hope you enjoy our conversations. And as you listen, if you find yourself silently saying, that don't sound right, send us a comment. You're one of us.
Hey, could you dock? You think you'd dock a capsule?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Of course I could.
Of course you could.
I watched enough movies.
Welcome back to another episode of That Don't Sound Right, a podcast about talking. We're your co-hosts. I'm Peter Billman.
I'm Cecil Davis.
And we're just trying to have a conversation without Googling or fact-checking. Those things can so easily kill the conversation. Also, if you don't pick up from the name That Don't Sound Right, we kind of talk about things that you might say, or I might say, or Cecil might say, that don't sound right.
So this week, what I want to talk to you about is the two astronauts that are stuck on the space station.
Talking about killing a conversation.
So my understanding is, so they sent them up there,
right,
on a Boeing Starliner, I think.
Yeah, Starliner space maps.
So if you haven't heard this story, there's the space station, right? Space
International,
Station,
the ISS.
My friend who was on this show worked on a piece of the International Space Station.
No kidding.
He, if I remember correctly, and he'll email me to correct me if I'm not correct about this, he built the power supply, worked on the unit that built the power supply that mimicked the power they would have in space so they could test it on the ground.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So they sent two astronauts up. So they got two astronauts up there, and whatever happened on the way up or at launch, they think that the rockets on the return vessel are damaged.
Okay.
So that they can't control the descent back into the atmosphere.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So the capsule would burn up potentially. Which would be catastrophic.
They can't control it. That would be the end of that.
So you're on the space station, and now I thought they were making the decision today.
What decision?
Whether to bring them back on the original capsule or to bring them back in February on SpaceX Dragon rocket.
Backup.
The backup
capsule.
Yeah.
And which is owned by SpaceX, not by Boeing.
Exactly. So here's my question here's the thing that doesn't.
I have a lot of questions.
Oh, I do too. So starting off, number one, I don't think I would find myself on the space station. Maybe when I was a kid, I wanted to go to space.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would want to be in space anymore.
Oh, really? Why not?
I don't think I would just want to be on that limited amount of space. Like, I don't think I would want to be on a submarine either.
Okay. So this is a claustrophobia slash you need some room to roam.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I would want to be stuck on anything.
Yeah. There's nowhere to go.
No.
I mean, that's basically being in an RV for a long time.
So I think they were only supposed to be up there for 2 weeks.
Right.
And now they're end up going to be up there for what?
How long?
8 months?
How long has it been?
They've been up there about 2.5 months.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And the latest story is it's not till next year, right?
So my understanding was today they were going to announce whether they had done enough research that the rockets on the return craft, the Starliner, were valid.
They believe that it will work.
Yeah. Or they were going to make that decision. But the last time we checked today, they had not made that decision.
They're still gathering data.
Yeah. So here's what my question for you.
What amount of data do I need to know to feel like this rocket is not going to kill me on the way home?
So if you were up there and they said, oh yeah, we've tested it. Go ahead and get on the Starliner, come back. Are you stepping through that porthole?
Man, I would need a lot of information. I need a lot of data.
Would you have to see it? The data?
Yeah, I would need several different people to walk me through it. Slowly and see if they got me the same story. Because, man, I mean, I'm hesitant to get on an airplane that needed some maintenance work on it. You know, when I'm sitting on the airplane and the guy or the gal walk up and down with their tool chest and the bright yellow vest, I'm thinking, oh, if they're not working on the coffee maker, I want to know about it.
Right. I want to know what they're working on. Is it a guided, is it something, like you said, is it something minor?
Now, fortunately, if they're inside, it's probably an interior item. They're adjusting a seat or a door. But it's the people that you can't see working on it you probably need to be worried about.
So number one, if you were getting back on the Starliner, I'm with you. I would want some pictures. Maybe a test fire, something.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to know the nature of the problem. I'm sure they know what the problem is.
So the problem is that the rocket, they're not sure that the re-entry rockets will fire.
Okay.
And I guess that's to slow down the capsule enough that it doesn't burn up on the electric.
Right. So what is it about? Like, are they missing a set of matches, or is it there's the lighter, the igniter that won't fire, and also what makes them think there's a problem? How do they know there's a problem?
I don't know.
That's I guess that's the other big question. How do they even know that there's a problem?
Yeah, I think something was damaged during the launch.
Okay, all right.
And they knew it was damaged.
We know when things get damaged during the launch, it usually doesn't end well.
Right.
We have that experience.
Well, so that's kind of looming over all this is past
that's right.
things. And so, if you get up there safely, but your return rod is damaged, they would have to do a lot of reassuring for me.
And Boeing doesn't have the greatest track record right now.
So I would want a lot of.
In fact, I'm surprised they were willing to get on a Boeing.
That's true.
They got on it. They got on the Boeing to begin with. I mean, in terms of they're worried about the door staying on.
Well, so now you're up there, and
basically an oversized RV for 6 months. So you have to weigh being going stir crazy.
Well, that's the second thing.
And just want to getting home.
So you're up there, and they tell you you're going to be up there for 2 weeks. Now you've been up there for 6 to 8 months.
Yeah,
I would be going stir crazy.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I think there's been several people that have gone a long time on these things. There's one guy who set the record.
He set the record, and it was like just a little over a year.
Yeah.
Like 30 days over.
So he made it.
Yeah, it was like 370 days or something.
But I'm sure all astronauts are prepared physically to be on there a long time in the event of a problem.
Yeah.
But how long are they really ready to be up there in the event of a problem?
Right. So I would want to be off. Like
you say you're willing to take the risk. Give me off.
No. I mean, I would just want to be off. I don't know that I would take the risk to get on that capsule or not. I mean, there would probably come a point where I would be willing to take the risk.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to give me some odds. All right. So the capsule's out potentially.
Right.
So their next ride back, so they're 250 miles up. Their next ride back is a SpaceX Dragon that they're going to have to sit 2 people out of who are planning on going. So there's 2 return seats.
Oh, no kidding.
So they go up. They have to stay for that entire mission and come back at the end of that mission in the 2 empty seats.
How long is that mission?
It's like a couple weeks.
Okay.
So, yeah.
In the scheme of things, it's not a whole lot of time.
No, I don't think it's very long. But so 2 people get bumped. They have 2 empty seats. They come back with the Dragon.
Right.
But I guess that's it. Like if something goes wrong with that rocket, then everybody's stranded.
Yeah. Then you got to start really making some capsules.
Right.
Where are we parking all these things up there?
Well, I wonder, well, I guess surely there's 2 docks.
Yeah. You would think.
The
other thing is I wonder about their spacesuits. Are they compatible with the Dragon capsule?
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, one suit is using an Apple Lightning plug. The other ones are an USB-C.
There's so much stuff to think about.
There's a lot of things that could go wrong. How about the oxygen plug?
Oh yeah.
Do the plugs match?
Yeah.
You would hope, since it's NASA,
right?
Since it's NASA, they set the stand. They said we got to do these standards. So these kind of things are interchangeable. It's all about cost these days. They really got to reduce the cost of these flights. Tesla or SpaceX is all about reducing the cost of space travel. So I'm sure these things are interchangeable.
I would hope,
unless Boeing said, "Let's make it just a little bit different," so they have to stick with us.
Right. I would hate to get on SpaceX flight.
Our spare parts.
I would hate to get on there and not be able to plug up to the oxygen. That'd be a bad feeling.
Well, especially if the people that put you on there didn't think about that either.
And that has occurred. Even like in Apollo 13?
Yeah.
Where they had the 2 air scrubbers.
Right.
One was round and one was square. And
it's the same.
Changeable.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, there it is. There's a good example. Hopefully they learned from that lesson, right?
Yeah. If they cleared the Starliner, would you get on the Starliner, or would you wait for SpaceX?
I actually don't think I would have a choice. Do you? Do you think the astronauts?
No, yeah, they wouldn't. They wouldn't give you a choice. But hypothetically, would you?
Hypothetically,
if they said they cleared the Starliner, but you could, they give you a choice.
I would say my goodbyes, and then I would say, "Let's go
on the Starliner."
I'd get off. I'd go ahead and get on the Starliner. And I would go ahead and take a trip home because I think I'd be crazy.
I would be crazy. I
think I'd be ready to go.
I'd be one step from just stepping up an airlock by that point, I would think.
Although, I mean, if we're trained to be astronauts, we're probably okay. We probably could handle it. But like you're saying, as you are right now, untrained.
Right. Could you land?
Unprepared. Could I land it? I could land. I don't know if I could land a Boeing space capsule.
Well, they don't either. So, same boat.
Hey, could you dock? Do you think you'd dock a capsule?
Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Of course they could.
Of course you could.
I watched enough movies.
Well, remember when they launched the Dragon for the very first time?
Mm-hmm.
When they launched it for the very first time, SpaceX put a little app out there where you could pretend you were the person docking the SpaceX to the space station.
Really?
Yeah. It was fun. It was a fun little game where you could try to dock it. So you had to come in at the right speed, at the right angle, and all that.
You would think on the docking that they would have like a wide margin for error.
They don't.
I know.
You would think so.
You would think it'd be like a big funnel. As long as you hit that big funnel, man, it would like shoot you in.
I would think so too, but they were pretty specific on the angle in which you came in, the angle in which you docked to.
Right.
And that angle is not only just in the yaw and the pitch, but also roll.
Right.
And then also the speed in which obviously you can't come crashing in.
Right.
But it was painfully slow.
Yeah. So you would think that you should be able to dock that thing at 35 miles per hour and have like a 20-yard miss either way.
But I would have thought it would have been automated by now. It would have been automated.
Well, even Apollo 13 in that movie, when they're trying to dock,
they are not automated.
No, I mean, I'm just saying it was very razor thin, seemingly.
Right. Well,
margin for error.
I feel like I've seen other space movies in space when they have to dock something, and it's always a tense moment.
Yeah.
And it's always someone doing it manually.
Yeah.
Like
Armageddon.
Did that happen on Armageddon?
Armageddon. They had to dock on the Soviet space station.
Yeah.
And again, it was a very tense moment.
It's Interstellar. There was this when they launched from Earth, they had to come in and dock. And I mean, the movie took special attention on focusing on this docking and how stressful it was.
Just as two amateur astronauts talking, this is our suggestion from TDSR. Let's make that docking easier. Maybe automate.
Let's work on that. Yeah, I think let's open it up.
Make it a really wide funnel. As long as you get in the funnel, like you just get in the funnel, and the funnel like just puts you into the dock.
But we do need to. Maybe they need to spend more time on their reentry boosters. That's probably
this time they do. Yeah,
they have to maybe do a little more focus on how we ignite the reentry boosters.
So I listened to an astronaut today that said, they kind of did the whole NASA thing, like everything's okay, we're going to get them home, and they're in good spirits. They got plenty to do every day, and so evidently there's plenty to do. But I think if you and I were up there, we would be working on that capsule one way or the other.
Oh yeah, we'd be in there.
Yeah, I'd be in there. I'd be like, we're going to figure this out one way or the other.
Cecil, where are you? Yeah, I'm in the capsule trying to work on it. Yeah, why don't you get back in the space station? We got someone smarter than you working on that. Where's Spielman? Yeah, he's doing it too.
100%. Maybe we spacewalk.
That's right.
On the outside.
With tools.
See if I can't get that thing cranked up.
Yeah, I left the Phillips in the galley. Would you go grab that for me?
I would. We would crank it up. We would at least crank it up while we were up there and see if it worked.
That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna take this for a test flight. Trust this thing.
I think we could get it started. I mean, if we were trained us.
Well, semi-trained. We would definitely give it a shot.
Yeah, I would die trying.
That's right.
I mean, I know they got a whole thing.
You want to get out of there. And the reason we bring this up on the podcast is just the conversation between the two astronauts. I think their names are Barry and Sunita. Barry and Sunita. The conversation might be, yeah, Barry and Sunita, we're go. We got a green light on this capsule. Are y'all there? and so Barry and Sunita are, they've heard the story.
Right.
They hear from mission control that they're ready.
Yep.
And you got to just wonder in the back of their mind, they're saying, that don't sound
right. Well, again, it happened in Apollo 13 where they, in the movie at least, they were like, NASA, if you guys got a plan, we really need to see a plan.
I need to hear a plan.
Yeah, I need to have a procedure is what they said. We need to see the procedure. And sure, as much as they keep showing them smiling and happy and busy, that they are like, we want to see what the procedure.
There must be a procedure that NASA's working on. Yeah. And it better not, when it comes to a booster, it better not involve duct tape and a pair of rubber gloves.
Yeah. So if it doesn't work, like if they decide this thing's not working, they're going to send it back unmanned because they've got to. You can't keep it docked to the station.
No, so they're going to send it home unmanned and see if it works.
I guess. Yeah, I mean they'll have
as well.
Yeah, they got to take it off the station. Yeah. You can't stay on the station.
And you can't leave it up there.
Yeah, I would think they will probably send it back and see if it worked.
Yeah.
And if it blows up, they'll say, okay, we've made the right decision.
Yeah, right. I imagine that's what they're saying that they would do is we don't think it's going to work. But we're going to bring it home. If we get lucky, we save a lot of money. We don't have to build a new capsule.
So I hope they do. And again, this is one of these things, like if you're not thinking, this could very easily happen, I think. Like you keep that one on the space station until the Dragon gets docked.
As a backup?
Yeah. And then you make sure the Dragon can get up there and you're sure you can get it back before you cut that one loose.
Yeah, that's true. You want at least, maybe they got some spare parts.
Yeah. Like I could see something like that happen where you cut that one loose and you're like, oh, wait a minute. We should have kept that one because now this one's not working. Because I wonder how quick we could build another one to get up there.
I imagine it takes months to do this. I imagine it takes months.
And how much food's on there? How much water?
Well, I would think you can send up a supply capsule quicker than you can send up a manned.
You know what? You're right. They did just send up a supply capsule.
I think they can send up that. That's a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other systems you don't have to worry about.
Yeah. Yeah, they did send up a supply capsule. So I think they're adequately, according to the astronaut this morning, they're adequately.
I wonder what they ordered. I'd like a little more of that beef stroganoff.
I'm thinking a big old bottle of Xanax, man. Take one a day until we come and get you, man. Right. Not sure there's a bottle big enough.
They don't need it. They're happy.
That's what they said.
They're happy and they're busy.
So I guess there's those two are up there, and then the original crew was up there, and now you've got two more people coming on the Dragon.
It's getting crowded.
Yeah.
Do you know how many are on the station right now?
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how many it can hold.
That's probably another issue.
Yeah. That station's getting old too. It's been up there for a while.
They're talking about decommissioning. I thought it's going to be close. Yeah. Man, do you remember when they talked about the space station back when we were kids, about building that and that we're going to have a space station? And I think I remember them saying, until it's going to be in 2010, 20 teens or something. I thought, man, that is so long. It's so long. It's never going to happen. Yeah. Here we are.
It's aged out.
It's aged out. It's been up there so long. It's aged out.
I think it's cool that I know a guy that worked on it.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're 1 degree of separation from the International Space Station. How about that?
That's true. Maybe I should call up.
I'm only 2.
That's true. You're only 2. We should call up there and say, hey, just tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
Maybe we have some ideas.
We have a podcast.
Yeah. We have a podcast. Tell us what's going
on. And we do have a lot of listeners that like to chime in. So maybe we can crowdsource this problem.
Well, maybe we could. If they would tell us what's wrong, it's stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Like people have solved murders on podcasts.
There's a whole series, a genre of podcasts.
Yeah.
Behind that.
Solve murder. We could solve it. We could fix.
Yeah. We haven't figured out why there's wavy lines on a toilet paper.
We hadn't fully got the Corvette back on the road, but I think we could tackle it.
Yeah. We're going to bring back a paper expert and also bring back some information.
But again, I don't think I would be on the station.
Yeah, so that's my question. You asked me. I said I probably would go ahead and give it a shot.
Yeah.
What would you do?
If I was on the station?
If you're on the station and you truly had a choice, to wait another
I'd get on the Starliner.
And would you get on the Starliner, or would you go ahead and wait for the Dragon?
If I was me, the way I am right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I would get on the Starliner.
Okay.
I would get on if they gave me a 40-60 chance, I'd probably be on the Starliner. Yeah, they wouldn't have to give me much.
Right.
I would be on there headed back. I can't even imagine the person that had to break the news to them.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, say, hey, or their families, man. I mean, this is serious.
Yeah. I think if it were me, I would also be in the camp of, hey, let me try to fix it.
Right. Yeah.
Let me take a spacewalk.
Yeah.
Let me take a look around, check under the hood. Let me get you the information you need.
They have the ability to do the spacewalk.
They must be doing it. Don't you think they're doing that?
Yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah, because it's been months of gathering data.
Yeah,
and they're saying it's going to be another 2 weeks of gathering data. So yeah, I'm sure they're doing everything. If you go back to Apollo 13, there was that moment where they had to flip all the systems back on,
right?
But they didn't know what was going to happen completely. What was happening,
right? Because there's a lot of they couldn't simulate everything.
And they had a similar situation that they couldn't let the voltage, I think, or the amps go above a certain amount.
That's right.
Or we'd shorten the system out. So they kind of had one shot at that.
Yeah.
That was a great movie.
That was good. I'm ready to go back and watch it.
Yeah. That movie makes me cry.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah. There's not a lot of movies that do, but that one.
I do get a little choked up.
I
don't think I'm out and crying.
But
yeah.
I get choked up when they launch the rocket.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, when it goes up and when they come back.
Yeah, I think when the video of the breaks through the stacks.
Oh, yeah. When they come back
see the capsule with the 3 parachutes pulling it down, holding it down. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So if y'all listen to us on the International Space Station, we wish you the best.
Yes.
We know you're in good hands.
We do.
We're not making light of the situation at all. We're just curious of, 1, it doesn't sound right, and 2, what would one of us do in the same situation?
We back your decision. If you guys don't want to come back on the Starliner, we do not hold that against you.
I'm already amazed that you're up there.
Yeah.
Because it would take a lot to get me up there. All right, in other news, Christy doesn't know this yet, but she got a jury summons today.
No. Oh, she doesn't know this?
She didn't know yet.
Oh, you should totally hide it from her until she listens to the podcast. Are you going to do that? Yes, you should do that.
I should probably do.
Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, she got it today.
Oh, do not tell her until she.
I'm not telling her because she's on a for a getaway, and I don't want to ruin her getaway.
No, yeah, don't. She's got to listen to the podcast.
I wonder if I could go in her place.
No, you can't. They don't want you, man.
I want to serve as a jury.
They do not want you. No. Do not tell her. I mean, even if she's listening to the podcast, in the middle of the week.
Right.
Christy, you got a summons. Oh, congratulations, by the way.
I could just tell her, encourage her, say, hey, go ahead and listen to the podcast. I think you're really going to enjoy it.
Oh, this is going to be great.
All right. Well, it don't sound right, but you have come to the end of That Don't Sound Right.
Hey, before we close, we want to thank everyone for listening. If this is your first time and enjoying the conversation, consider hitting the subscribe button on the platform you listen with. Also, if you're that long-time listener, you got the t-shirt that says you listen to all of them or you listen just a handful of them, please think about giving us a rating, leave us a review so others can easily find us and join the conversation.
All right, That Don't Sound Right is a production of TDSR Podcast in conjunction with Camel City Studios. I'm your co-host and sound engineer, Cecil. Peter is your other host and your web designer. Please go see the website. Camille is our barista. Emily does our graphic design. Ella does our Instagram. Also, please follow us at TDSR Podcast on Instagram.
Yeah. You've been busy.
I've tried to be, yeah.
You've been busy with those videos. Reels, sorry.
I've heard that the algorithm is turned off for Instagram right now, and so that's why you don't get a lot of hits right now. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself.
What do you mean? What algorithm?
Evidently, the algorithm is down for repair of where it tracks what you're looking at and feeds you some of the stuff back.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. I've heard several people say that the algorithm is down.
I wonder, I was just on Facebook and I saw all these posts from people that I haven't seen posts from for the longest time. And I'm wondering if the algorithm's down on Facebook.
Yeah. They're together.
Yeah, I know the same company.
Yeah. And so the word is the algorithm's down right now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm seeing some old friends.
Because I had stuff that we posted that was not worth 5 cents and it had hundreds of views. And then stuff I thought was really quality stuff has gotten no views.
Or maybe your algorithm is different than theirs.
Maybe the numbers are the numbers. Brent is our international brand ambassador. And as always, did I say Georgian test our merchandise? Georgian test our merchandise.
He does test our merchandise.
Brent is our international brand ambassador. And as always, listener number one is Scott. So until next week, keep talking
and stay curious.